Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dev's Creepypasta here. I had to say it like Transylvanian. I'll get back to you on that. Today we are doing the top 10 creepypastas. For those who don't know what a creepypasta is and are new to my channel, it's essentially a scary story that is fictional, but the goal of a creepypasta is to make it most realistic and truthful as possible. Like basically, you're selling a lie. Your ability to sell a lie is what makes a creepypasta the best. So let's get started. And now, warning: I will give a brief description without trying to spoil it. But if you're scared, I guess, and weak-hearted, I suggest you don't watch this video. Okay, let's get started. 1999, number 10. Simply known as 1999, the story is one of the most realistic and chilling urban legends on the internet. The tale follows the journey of a Canadian blogger sorry, I got goosebumps named Elliot as he tracks down the meaning of a mysterious TV channel that he watched in the year 1999. He remembered it being extremely sketchy, and in hindsight, he realized that it was mostly likely run by a local predator, a child predator. As he continued to investigate, he learned that the man running the channel was attempting to lure children into his house for sacrificial purposes. Whew. Top it all off, Elliot also realized that the crazed man was torturing and killing children while wearing a bear costume and calling himself Mr. Bear. Wow. Okay, this is one of my favorites, and I'm probably going to narrate this one sometime soon, but it's called Candle Cove. The story starts out on a forum thread that talks about an old children's show from the 70s. It was about a little girl who imagined herself to be friends with pirates. The show had some controversy because during one particular episode it showed every character screaming for the whole duration of the episode. All they did was literally stand in one place and scream, like loud, while the little girl moaned and cried like she'd been going through hours of this. I could have swore my door was being unlocked. Nah, it's getting to me, man. Moaned and cried like she'd been going through hours of this, and the memories of the show were shared back and forth between the commenters on the thread. To give you a perspective of it, it's basically like Dave663 and Alex222, and they're basically just going back and forth with nostalgia. They're like, there's a show called Candle Cove. Guy comments like, yeah, I remember that show. And basically the whole creepypasta is going back and forth to decide memories and try to reconsider what's going on. And it turns out in the end it is, I'm not even going to spoil it for you. If you guys want to see that, go see that. This one was the one that fucking scared me when I got into creepypastas. It was known as The Rake, number 8. In 2003, in the northeast United States, there was an incident involving a strange human-like creature which attracted a lot of attention from local media. After the story initially broke, most online and written documents were mysteriously destroyed. Yeah, creepy. Although these accounts were gone, sightings of the creature continued to become even more frightening. What's odd is many people react differently to the creature. In fact, the emotions experienced range from traumatic levels of fright to almost childlike sense of curiosity. Okay, to further go in depth without ruining it, the Rake was essentially one of, if the Slenderman, one of the most favorite. He was one of his group or posse, and when people were to sleep, he would wait at the side of the bed, and when he realized he was there, he was gone. So essentially, his fear was you would never be able to tell, was it a dream? Was it not a dream? Was there a naked half white thing staring at my face? But yeah, that's essentially the horror of it. Where bad kids go. This creepypasta describes a photographer who wants to find out more about an old children's show, similar to Candle Cove, and he used to watch as a child in the wartime Lebanon. What he remembers, the half-hour show relied on very graphic imagery and scare tactics to keep kids from misbehaving. He believes the show was an attempt by the media to keep children in check, as the moral of every episode revolved around some sketchy ideology, such as bad kids stay up late, bad kids steal, bad kids make YouTube videos about things like this. Yeah, so anyway, the keyhole. The legend involves a man who checked into a hotel for a few nights. After he obtained the room key, the woman at the front desk warned him that there was a door with no number on the way to his room. She explained that the locked room was used for storage, and she also warned him about not going into the room, or even look inside. The man, although intrigued, went straight to his room without asking any more questions, because, well, shit, Professor, if I'm going to a hotel room with a locked door that I can't go in, I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm going to ask fucking questions. I'm going to be like, is there a bomb? Is there a baby? Is there, like, a hidden arsenal of highly trained katana-wielding, taco-eating ninjas in there? Like, what the fuck? I want to know. But I guess this guy was just, he's trying to be polite. So he found it to be locked, but the woman had claimed not to be deterred so easily because this guy clearly wants to kill himself. The man proceeded to peep through the keyhole. Beyond the door, it looked like a normal hotel room, exactly like his own. However, in the corner stood a very pale woman, resting her head against the wall opposite the door. Confused, the man returned to his room. Yeah, that's a good fucking decision. Now stay there, you go to bed, you eat your food. You do not look into creepy doors. Well, I would, but you're also looking at the guy who's literally jumped off of school. That was like 3 stories. Almost broke my leg. Irrelevant. Next one. The angel statue. This story begins with a couple who decided they wanted to go out for the night, so they call up their usual babysitter to take care of the kids. When the babysitter arrived, the children were already asleep. Says no kids ever. However, the only TV in the house had cable and was situated to the parents' bedroom, so she called them to see if it was cool with them. Like, hey, yo, I want to watch some South Park, dog. They're all like, alright. So the babysitter asked if she could cover up the angel statue which was situated in the room as it made her feel nervous. Ever noticed that doll there before? Yeah, that thing. It gives me nightmares. Anyway, upon hearing this, the father hesitated, then instructed her to immediately get the kids out of the house and call the police because, they did not own an angel statue. Whoa. And when the police arrived, the babysitter and children were dead. Whew. The Grifter. The Grifter is a horrific internet urban legend which first posted in 2009. It's about a video clip which apparently is so disturbing that it traumatizes anyone who watches it. Apparently the video clip featured scenes of dying children, excruciating scenes. Let me just sum this up and say, it will eat your soul. Like, it will just gnaw your soul. Like, nom nom nom. And now the next one is called the SCP Foundation. This one is also a really good one, but one of the ones that you have to have a kind of, it's like an acquired taste. It's unrealistic to some, but I think it's unrealistic gives it the creepiness it needs to be a successful story. So, let's just check. Okay, 8 minutes. Alright, that's not too bad. Okay, the Secure, Contain, and Protect Foundation, SCP, is a fictional organization with a murky past. Well, okay. With a name like that. It has numerous doctors, researchers, and agents as SCPs. And it turns out they found a statue-like creature. Here's the twist. The statue-like creature had a bloody face and short limbs. It cannot move. However, anybody who makes direct contact with it has to keep it. The second you look away, your neck will snap. Because this creature is rumored to kill those who do not constantly stare at it. So its curse is you have to constantly look at it. You can blink, but the second your eyes can no longer see it, really creepy stuff. This one I don't agree with. I'm reading an article here. I usually agree with all the stuff they have on here just because I can't make a list for shit because I'm so undecisive. But it's called Jeff the Killer. I don't agree with this. I think this story is terrible personally. For the example that 10-year-olds can gain access to guns. I mean, I know it's America, but are you just like, hey, you're 10 years old now, kid. Here, you take this blunt, you light that shit. Here, you take this beer bottle, you take this 44 Magnum revolver, and you go play with your friends. Yeah, you go play outside now. No, that would never happen. No, and considering they live in a very pricey neighborhood, that chances of that happening aren't even realistic. If they were living in the ghetto, maybe I could understand, I guess. I sound so white for saying that. Regardless, the story's about a guy named Jeff moves into a new home with his brother, and they're waiting at a bus stop. They got beat up, and Jeff loses his shit on him, and so during a birthday party, they decide to get back at him, and bleach falls on his face, terribly burns him, and essentially he just goes psycho for little to no apparent reason and just kills his entire family to sleep. Which, ironically, the whole point of this story was him protecting his brother, who he then kills for little to no reason at all. So the next one is, hands down, the only one that's actually made me stop reading halfway through. I had to go back and finish it. It's called Normal Porn for Normal People. Sounds really fun, right? No, it's fucked up. The urban legend starts off with the standard chainmail because, fuck the police. Urging recipients to visit the website Normal Porn for Normal People because it was for the good of mankind. Naturally, having such an intriguing URL, many decided to check it out because sex sells. As it turned out, it was a fairly basic website with normal porn for normal people, a website dedicated to the eradication of abnormal sexuality. Apart from that, nothing was of any particular interest. Once people visit the site, most would leave after seeing it that it was a bunch of words. However, those who stuck around found out that... lose my train of thought here. Stuck around found out that there was a lot of words and boring text were actually download links to various distressing videos. So, it's essentially like a sleeper cell site, if I could say that. Basically, people would go there. Some people would see the hidden messages to different websites that were gross and disgusting, and another one wouldn't. Like, it's all based on vision, I guess, and personality. And one of the tamest videos was called peanut.avi because only retards open AVI files, but whatever. Which showed a man, a woman, and a dog in a kitchen. The woman would prepare a peanut butter sandwich, the man would then give to the dog. This happened for a whole half hour. The videos then took a turn for the worst, being Jimbo.avi, an obese mime is seen performing for 5 minutes. It was somewhat funny, typical mime stuff, but in the last 30 seconds, the man is seen quietly with his mime outfit and makeup still on. He's just bawling his eyes out. Stumps AVI is a 5-minute video of a man with no legs attempting to break dance in a kitchen, similar to what is shown in Peanut AVI, but much dirtier. The man collapses in exhaustion and begs someone off-screen to let him rest. The off-screen person becomes enraged and yells at the man to keep dancing, which he does. So basically, that creepypasta is scary because it sneaks up on you. You don't see it coming. It's not one of those you can predict. Because 90% of creepypastas you find, you can just easily predict what they're about based on the title. Jeff the Killer. Jeff. Killer. His name is Jeff. He kills people. No, his name is Alex, and he drives a magical space car called Puff the Magic Dragon. Buried alive. Someone gets buried alive. You see where I'm going with this? This creepypasta is scary because for a number of reasons. But personally, I totally agree with this list. Do you guys agree? If you don't, down there, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Blah. Blah, blah.